Jackson Road Bridge. A case study. The Jackson Road Bridge over the Nashua River in Harvard, Massachusetts, is typical of many small bridges that cross the rivers and highways in the Northeast. The areas of the bridge most vulnerable to deterioration from the penetration of chlorides and moisture are the expansion joint, the abutment, and the areas along the curb. This case study is to present the work done on these critical areas. Challenged with ever-decreasing budgets, the Massachusetts Department of Transportation, MassDOT, decided to repair these deteriorated parts of the concrete deck of the bridge, contracting the work to the contractor, SPS New England Incorporated of Salisbury, Massachusetts. To protect the new concrete by keeping the moisture out, MassDOT decided to use the Dri-Span System for the deck and patented Dri-Shield system for the expansion joint. These systems are specifically designed and engineered by Dek-Shield Infrastructure Solutions. MassDOT did not want to close the bridge for long periods, so the Transportation Department chose to have the repair procedures done in separate working periods, allowing the bridge to be open to traffic daily. In the first phase, the entire wearing surface was milled down to half its thickness. Then repairs to the concrete deck were performed in those vulnerable designated areas. A temporary patch of asphalt was installed, allowing the bridge to be open to traffic. In the next phase, the temporary asphalt patches were removed, which exposed the repaired concrete. The exposed areas of the repaired concrete were then prepared and cleaned off. Application of the Dri-Span waterproofing system. A layer of dry primer was then applied with a roller. The advantage of applying this primer is that it not only conditions the concrete, but also enhances the adhesion of the membrane. Next, the Dri-Span membrane was installed at the abutment of the bridge. The rolls of the Dri-Span membrane were rolled out and cut to fit. The membrane was then bonded to the deck using a handheld propane-fueled Hawk heater-type torch. At the curb line, a flashing membrane was installed, called Curb Flex, to protect the curb and deck intersection. Application of the Dri-Shield system. At the expansion joint, prior to the installation of the patented Dri-Shield system, a preformed expandable sealant was installed into the gap at the expansion joint. A layer of flex membrane was centered on the preformed expandable sealant. It was bonded on both sides of the joint, leaving an unbonded gap over the preformed expandable sealant. Next, all areas of the expansion joint blockout as well as areas along the curb line were covered in the Dri-Span membrane. Then centered on the joint, a layer of a steel reinforced membrane. The armor membrane was bonded to the Dri-Span membrane, providing resistance to shock and compression at the joint area. After complete installation of the waterproofing systems, the entire bridge was paved, and the bridge was open for traffic. The utilization of Dek-Shield waterproofing systems enabled the project to be completed in a timely and cost-effective manner, with expectations that the waterproofing systems will protect the structure for over 20 years. Dek-Shield Infrastructure Solutions.